Conflict. What happens to you when you hear that word? And what about conflict at work? Is it any different? If you struggle with conflict at work or want to find new ways to deal with it, stay with me till the end of this video. If you don't want to miss a single tip or strategy that's going to help you become the leader that you want to be and that we all need, hit the subscribe button below and hit that bell so that you get an alert whenever I post a new video. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Sonia Gavira and I'm a leadership and success coach. And I've spent the last 20 years or so working with leaders at all levels in organizations. And today I want to talk to you about conflict and what you can do to make it easier and more comfortable to deal with. Tip number 1, how you think about conflict is how you will feel about conflict, and this is going to drive your behavior. So many of us think of conflict in terms of a fight, be that war at one extreme or a verbal fight at the other. This primes us to enter the situation either as the aggressor or ready to defend ourselves, which makes it really hard to respond in a more measured and thought out way. Why? Because our brains are literally not allowing us to do this. If we think it's a fight, then our brain is going to prime us either to defend ourselves or run away. And it's only after the event, when we are in that safe space again, that we can engage the rest of our brain and actually think about it differently. So you need to think about conflict differently, or in other ways, do one of my favorite things, which is to reframe it. What could it be for you? Could it be an important discussion, an exchange of ideas? What could it be that it would help you think about it differently and take some heat out of it? Let me know in the comments below, because I'd really love to hear what it is that you come up with for yourself. Tip number 2, a disagreement is not a conflict, so use curiosity to work through it. This follows on from tip number 1, and I've sort of done part of the reframing for you here already. You need to understand that we all have a different view of the world based on our experiences, our culture, our beliefs, and so much more. There isn't just our reality. And everyone has a right to their own view, and that doesn't mean that it's more valid than ours. So get really, really curious about how the person or people that you're speaking with have come up with their view first. Engage them in taking you through the steps that they've taken to get to the answer that they've got. In this way, one of 3 possible scenarios will come into play. Number 1, you will spot an error or missing information in their thinking and be able to point it out. Number 2, you will spot an error or missing information in your thinking and be able to point it out. Or 3, a whole new way of thinking and resolving the issue will emerge. Can you think of a situation you could apply this to in the future, perhaps? Let me know what that might be in the comments below. Tip number 3, understand the other person's needs. Understand their emotional needs. And this means you need to develop empathy. So following on from tip number 2, you're going to get an understanding of their thinking. Now, what I want you to do is really get into their shoes and understand what they're feeling. What is it that they need? Are they needing recognition? Are they needing visibility? Are they struggling with their emotions? Are they maybe speaking on behalf of someone else? What else could be going on? And then I want you to respond accordingly. And by that, I mean give them some of what they need. This will make the other person feel understood, recognized, and much more willing to move towards you rather than move away from you. And then finally, tip number 4, be prepared to walk away. Be prepared to give it some time and space if needed. Now, just in the same way as you might get hijacked by your emotions and way of thinking, the other person might too. And the best thing is to recognize it, whether it's you or whether it's them. Never be afraid to say something on the lines of, I think it would be best if we take a break. Take some time and then come back to this later. What would be a good time for you? Or something like that. Don't say, I think you need some time to cool off, so let's come back to this later. Take responsibility and speak from your perspective. Even if it's the other person who is reacting and behaving emotionally, you also want to get away from this situation. Telling them that they need time is only going to make them more angry or upset. But I'll have to do more of that on another video. So just to recap, tip number 1, how you think about conflict is how you will feel about conflict, and that is going to drive your behavior. 2, a disagreement is not a conflict, so use curiosity to work through it. 3, understand the other person's needs, their emotional needs as well. Develop empathy. Number 4, be prepared to walk away. Give it some time and space and come back to it later. Now, if you're interested in more tips and tools that can help you on your leadership journey, I have a great little ebook called The Roadmap to Leadership Success that you can get for just £27 and which is going to help you identify the next steps for your success as a leader in your organization. Check out the link in the description below. And remember, if you found any of this valuable at all, please like and share this video. Tell me what it was that really helped you today. And remember to subscribe and hit that bell so that you get to know when my next video is out. Speak to you soon.